conversation about multiple sclerosis with Yemisi Ilo at her home. Yemisi, how long have you been diagnosed with multiple sclerosis?
Oh gosh, officially about 10 years, 12 years actually. No, hang on. Officially maybe about 8 years. About 8 years.
Can you define multiple sclerosis?
Okay, I'll define it in a way that will be easy for people to kind of understand. Multiple sclerosis is also known as MS. It's a neurological condition that affects the nerves in the brain and the spinal cord, which leads to a number of different symptoms, which can include, extreme fatigue, numbness and tingling in the limbs, problems with moving. In some cases, people have problems swallowing, blindness, and balance, muscle stiffness, and spasms.
How did it affect your marriage?
I was diagnosed 6 years, I think it was 6 years, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I was diagnosed 6 years after I got married officially. But because I look okay, people look at me and think, well, there's nothing wrong with her. Do you know what I mean? I was walking, from the outside, and I was working and walking and still doing things as normal. So I was the only one who could actually really feel it. So I guess I must have really irritated my husband quite a bit, going on about how there's something not quite right, there's something not quite right, I don't feel well. We went to the hospital, did all sorts of different tests, everything came out fine. But I had to persist because there was something not quite right. And it wasn't until I started having to use a walking stick and things like that people actually thought, obviously, sometimes people just need to see see it on the outside before they can
very seriously.
They can believe that there's actually something wrong with her. My marriage, funnily enough, I have a pretty good one. Like any marriage, you have its ups and downs and stuff like that. But I can't allow. We just carry on living. It is what it is. I mean, it's not the ideal case scenario. There are things, obviously, that I want to be able to do with my husband, kids, and we always have to take into consideration. But generally, most of the time, I just do everything that everybody else does. They will just push the wheelchair. That's the only difference.
Okay. I remember when my aunt passed on, I think it was about 5 years ago. And when my cousins were telling us about the best person to come and say hello to them, it was actually the person who, when she came, gave them her condolences, and they laughed. I don't know how she got them to laugh when she came, as in like they laughed throughout the 3 hours she was there. And when she left, they were almost going to beg her to spend the night. Because the truth is, whenever people are going through pain or they're going through any level of pain, whether it's mourning, whether it's body pain, most people come and go, sorry about that. Sometimes invite you to their church, sometimes tell you you're not praying enough. What is the best thing a person can do for a friend or a family member going through such pain?
I think what you said is quite right. You need people who know you as you. Do you know what I mean? Despite whatever it is, and encourage you to carry on being yourself. So if they know you're the kind of person that likes to go out and watch films, or you're the kind of person that likes to go out to eat or to go window shopping, whatever it is, to carry on as normal and include you. What tends to happen a lot of the time is that people just think, let's just leave her, we're going to, they'll come and tell you, or they don't tell you about things that they're doing because they feel bad, rather than just saying, it doesn't matter, it's on the 6th floor, but we'll find somebody who can carry you. We will try to get there. We want you to come, and we're going to take you with us and encourage you. And when you have your down days and you're just sitting at home and you're just feeling sorry for yourself and you haven't got any makeup on, and you need people who can come and say, do you want some ice cream? I'm going to buy some pizza. Let's watch a film. You just need to feel included. You don't need anybody. Nobody needs anybody to come and sit down and say, you're not better, but yesterday, is it worse than before? So it's worse, Sabi. So what did the doctor say? Why did they say that? So what other treatments can you do? So what else? Another thing that I appreciate is when people come and say, Yemisi, I read online that there's this particular thing that you can try. Have you heard of it? And if I say yes, I have, then if I say, oh no, I haven't, can I have more information? And engage like that. It makes you feel like there are people out there that are actually keeping an eye out for you, and that to help you find solutions to the issues.
Amazing woman.
Amazing. The fighter. She's a fighter. She's very determined. If she puts her mind to something, she will get it done.
It's her tenacity, you know. The MC never says no. The MC always gets everything the MC wants.
I was just watching some testimonials from your 40th birthday party.
Okay.
And you're such a strong anchor. You're such a strong support. Like, you know, it's almost
That's
like
what they say.
tide is turned.
That's
like,
what they say.
How can you be that supportive through it? It's one thing to get strength for yourself and run your life, but to also be that pillar that everybody runs to when they had issues. You always solve everybody else's problems. You're always upbeat, have something else.
I don't know if I'm solving anybody's problems, to be honest, but what I do is, you know, the kind of person that I am, right? I'm solutions oriented.
Okay.
That's just the truth. I believe that there's a solution to every problem. There is something that you can do about it. And I know what it is to sometimes feel stuck. You know, sometimes people are overwhelmed. We all get really overwhelmed. And it's important to talk it through with somebody who actually really cares. I think that's the most important thing. The people that are close to me, I really, really care about them, and I want, you know, the best for them. So anybody that has issues, whatever, I'll sit down. And it's not so much that I'm solving anybody's problem, because I can't. It's just that sometimes when you speak it out with somebody who's actually listening to you, you can gain a sense of clarity. And you find that, you know, your problems aren't really that big. And the truth of the matter is that, you know, the Bible clearly states, you know, be anxious for nothing. You know, which one of us actually can add a cubit to our stature by worrying or by being stressed out? And also because I know what stress and anxiety can do to your body. You know, there are some diseases or conditions, they say, you know, they don't know what the cause is, it's inexplicable. But the truth is that we can damage our own internal systems just by the way we handle stress. And my prayer is that nobody causes themselves damage, you know, by being overwhelmed or not. So I like to basically help people as much as possible to calm down, and let's figure out a way out of this situation.
And you find a way out of it from there.
Yeah, well, we try. We try.
Now, MS has caused you to move around in a wheelchair. So go to malls, banking halls maybe. How is it like for you getting around?
You know, being in a wheelchair is not very nice. You know, I've had to adjust when you know, because I started off using a cane and then to a walking stick, and then I graduated to a scooter, and then from there I went on to using a walker, and then from the walker, no, crutches, then crutches to a walker, walker to a wheelchair. It's not very nice because when you're in a wheelchair, people just automatically start to sympathize. See, I'm the kind of person that I don't like to draw attention to myself anyway. I don't need to be noticed. I'm not looking for but when you're in a wheelchair, automatically you already stand out. And I don't really like that. Number one, nobody wants to be in a wheelchair. It's awkward being in a wheelchair, especially in this part of the world where there's no step-free access anywhere. And, you know, there are times when people have to carry the wheelchair to go up 2 steps or down 2 steps. Or, I mean, I can't go into the bank. There's no point because the doors are too narrow. And so I can't fit into the security doors. So I do all my banking in my car, and my account officer has to come outside and go back in and come back out and go back in. Thank God for the internet, because at least a lot of things can be done online now. And I mean, it is awkward. It's not very nice, but I look at it positively. There's some people need. I tell my children, I tell my little children, I said, you know, some people need glasses to help them see.
Yes.
And some people need hearing aids to help them hear, and you don't look at them funnily. And some people need, you know, wheelchairs to help them move. That's really all it is.
I was listening to the radio, I think it was a couple of weeks after some major disaster in Lagos. I can't remember which of them it was. And there was this man who called in, because you had counselors and therapists on the radio station, and the man called in. Something had happened to him a few months before. He lost the use of his sight. And he was crying, saying, you know, people say it is well, it is well, it is not well, what are you going to do? And he was just in a place that nobody could get.
Panic.
Yes, and he was, I don't know what happened to that man, but I was scared, and I hoped that the counselors called him and he didn't commit suicide, because he was in a place where it was almost like he was making that last call. But here you are, you're very positive. You have such a positive outreach towards life. Is this how you've always been?
Yeah.
This is how you've always
Yeah.
been. Does it have anything to do with your background, maybe the way you were raised as a child?
Well, yeah, I've always been very, very independent. I've always done, I've always just gotten on with it. I'm not a pity party. Don't get me wrong, I mean, there have been days and times when I've just been, like, oh my gosh, this is just the worst thing ever. But the truth is that I believe in God, and I know that this condition has happened so that I can testify and give God all the glory when, I believe that my healing has already occurred. It's just for manifestation now. So now it's all about giving thanks. I've always been very independent. I get on with stuff. I'm driven like that generally. My parents are both entrepreneurs. They've always been. So I've seen them. So I guess maybe it's the background thing, because I've seen them working hard, trying to, get what they need to get, building up their businesses and stuff. So it's not an abnormal thing.
Now, in this part of the world, when you have such a condition, you're almost like, what should I use the word, under house arrest. You don't go anywhere. Everybody keeps you locked in because you literally can't do anything, right? But you've been able to, through it all, run your business. I mean, I see you in action when you're running your meetings. You run that meeting with a lot of energy and a lot of ideas, a lot of concepts.
It's grace, I think. It's grace, because it's not as if I'm not feeling any pain or doing anything. It's just I've gotten to the point whereby I'm not. Even now for this interview, I'm wearing socks. Do you know what I mean? I don't. And in my office, whoever is there, I'll put my legs up and put on one chair, and because I realize that I can't. That there's no point in me trying to. I can't do anything if I'm uncomfortable. And so therefore, I make myself comfortable first. The most important thing, what did they say about the end? What's that expression? The means.
The end justifies the means.
Yes, the end justifies the means. And that's really the angle that I take. So I make myself comfortable as much as possible. I'll put my feet up. I'll take off my shoes. I will, because I've got a thing that I'm working towards, and that's the most important thing. I'm not the important thing. That it's the work. There are people's salaries to pay. There are people who've got work to do, and they're all used to me. So they are. And no, it's not an ideal situation. The only times when I actually make sure that I'm, it's when I'm going to meetings, when I'm meeting people for the first time. I've got to make sure that they see me as somebody who is, which I am, of course, very capable and very able. I tend to not necessarily tell people, if I'm going to meet people for the first time and I'm going to a meeting at their offices, I don't usually start off by saying, oh, by the way, I'm using a wheelchair. I tend not to do that. I get there first. I just get there first. And if the place is inaccessible, even if I have to meet in the waiting room or we'll meet there, but I don't like to, because people just make assumptions about you. If you're in a wheelchair, they just think that you're not capable of doing stuff. So I feel like I need to meet them. When they meet me, then that, oh, okay, we can do this thing. I mean, Nigeria isn't easy though. It's for anybody, for any human being. Especially as BattaBox, the brand is actually out of our UK company. So we're running BattaBox in the UK. I'm just handling the Nigeria end for now, but I work very closely with my partner with the UK and New York. But we've got to build the brand in Nigeria so that we can build the brand in the UK. So I go back and forth quite a bit.
Okay. Well, now what I've really taken from this, to be honest, is just always work for a cause greater than you. Because when you do that, nothing in life can hold you down. Nothing in life can hold you down. You look surprised. Like, you are that deep.
I just want to see, my own is I want to make videos. There's too much to communicate. I like to entertain people. I like the production process. I like to make videos, and I enjoy it. I enjoy coming up with ideas. I enjoy coming up with concepts. It's fun, you know. I'm very particular about small, medium-sized business. I want to make money. There's, you know, with money you can bless people, you can bless yourself, you can bless people. Like my pastor said, it was very interesting, the sermon on Sunday. He said something that was really, really interesting. He said, there's some people who will say, I don't want to make much money, that, you know, I just want to be comfortable. I don't want to be a millionaire, whatever. And he said something very interesting. He said, even if you don't want a private jet, and you can afford a private jet, buy one, keep it in the airport, and if you can say anybody over the age of 60 that wants to go to Abuja, this plane is available for them for free. Do you know what I mean? To go back and forth, and you maintain it because you have the money. Having money is not just about being able to just bless yourself and your family, but you can bless other people. You can buy cars for orphanages because you can.
So true.
You know, you can do so many things. Money is not just about you benefiting yourself. You can do so much with money. It's very important, and I want to make some. I want to have a nice life. Yes, money can distract you. You are very ill. Okay, fine. They say, you know, what health is the most important thing. For wealth, but you know, it's better to be ill with cash than to be ill with no cash.
That's right.
You know, it's a different level. You have money and you're ill, okay, but you can pay for 4 people to be rotating and massaging your legs in turn. You know what I mean? You can pay for somebody to give you a head massage, neck rub, shoulder. You know what I mean? You can pay for, you know, beautiful meals to be made for you and delivered to you. You can, yes, so you're not okay. Oh, yes, so everything is paining you. Yes, but you can, as opposed to lying on one mattress somewhere, on the floor, broke, hot, no AC, no gen, you die faster.
I agree.
You know?
Yeah.
You can keep it. So money is king. You can make money by working. I work, and it's important to do what you like to do. I like to make videos. And so I'm motivated. I have children, and I don't want my children to see their mother as somebody who is just inept, unable. You know? It's important for me to be inspiring for them and show them that, you know what, there's nothing in this life that you want to do that you can't do. Can't do at all. So that's my thing.
Okay, so when I came in here, I saw a photo that captured my attention. It's right here beside me. Here. How are you in this photo?
I was 21.
No way! Does she look 21 to you?
Well, how old do you think I look?
I don't know. You look, what, 13?
Really?
I'm serious. Like, you look 13 in this photo.
No, I was 21. I was very thin. I was very thin.
And you have a baby face.
Yeah, you know, I was very thin right up until I had my last child. And that was the point.
So what are you now?
I know, I'm not very thin anymore.
Okay.
I'm not at all.
Okay.
Because I'm not really moving.
Okay.
You know, I have a high rate of metabolism. I should probably be like 4 times the size that I am now.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
I'm not moving. I don't move as much as I should. But yeah, that was
So you're 21?
I was 21. Very happy.
Apparently. What advice would you give your 21-year-old self?
I don't know. What would I tell myself at 21? I guess to take it easy, to not be... You see, at 21, there was a lot that I didn't understand about the Nigerian culture, although I thought I did. But obviously there was also no way that of knowing. Maybe not to take too many things to heart, not to allow things to cut me deeply. People's behaviors. You know, I was watching something online yesterday. I was talking about relationships and about how we were designed for relationships. God in Himself is in a relationship. Himself is God the Father, God the Son, and the Holy Spirit. We're designed for relationships, and which is why when you feel betrayed by anybody, or when you feel under attack, it cuts you very, 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 very deeply. I think I'll tell my 21-year-old self to chill and to not take things so personally, and to understand that people are very different, and that yes, there are evil people in this world, and yes, there are people in this world that don't care about you, and there are some people who do care about you, but their actions and behavior might not seem like they do. Bottom line, to embrace everybody and not allow people's conceptions or perceptions of who I am to basically destroy me. I think that's what's the
Okay. Final question. The Japanese are good at robotics, Indians at IT, and the Chinese at processes. What are Nigerians good at except resilience in adversity?
Except resilience in adversity. I think Nigerians are very entrepreneurial. You know, Nigerians are good at getting on with it. Nigerians are good at ducking and diving, finding a way around something. We're good at bouncing back.
Okay, thank you so much for your
Which
time.
is pretty crap, actually. Robotics. I'm good at robotics. I'm good at IT. What was the other one?
Processes the Chinese.
Processes, IT, robotics, and we're good at
Bouncing back at what?
Bouncing back, just to pay, what's up? We're good at, no, that's terrible. But the truth of the matter, that's what it is.
It is what it is, yes. It is what it is.
Yeah.